everybody, it's Luna Bell. Y'all, I'm making this video particularly on purpose to address the people in my hometown in Enterprise, Alabama, on my personal Facebook page. Y'all, I have been gang stalked and targeted by an organized crime group. There are actually many of these members in our community. Now, y'all, I normally do not need rods. I don't need them. I'm a psychic. I have all the clairs. I have every damn one of them. We all do. They're just a muscle like anything else. You have to make a choice to start using them. And I have been blessed in my, what I call my reawakening. Now, I want y'all to hear me because there are some people who say I'm a witch, and I am. Bitch, I don't care what you think about what I am. But I will tell you, I do care about hate crimes and that I have been gang stalked, bullied, and flat out hate crimes committed against me because of people's greed and their desire to cover up their corruption and stealing my inheritance and my estates and my property. Now, I'm going to call on Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, I call on thee for the divine protection of me. Archangel Michael on my right, on my left, in front of me, behind me, above me, below me, within as without. Thank you. Y'all, I have the gift of being connected to the Creator, to Source Energy. It's one of the main reasons I'm targeted now. I have been gang stalked and targeted by organized crime groups, and many of them are family members in my family. I have nothing to do with any of the family members in my family. Not even my children. None. This is by choice. I did not understand what they were doing after my late husband passed. Not at all. It was almost 3.5 years before I started to understand what they were doing and that they wanted me to react to the abuse that I had endured the entirety of my life. I spent almost 24 years married to a very abusive man. There were many things I did not realize he was doing. I believe my son was 17 or 18 when he first tried to tell me that my husband had essayed him. One moment. What I did not know was that there were so many others, or that this was part of the lifestyle that he led with his friends. That even now his best friend, ex-husband, is in my home that was left to me over on Janice. And he is a convicted PDFer of multiple. I speak out, and I keep speaking out because of how many people, family, children, my sister-in-law, my nephew-in-law, my stepmother-in-law and her family, the Masons and the Eastern Stars, and how many people in my own community, government officials, judges, lawyers, doctors, nurses, EMTs, paramedics, the police, notaries, bank officials, bank employees, bank managers, bank vice presidents, how even the Morgan Stanley Company in Atlanta, Georgia, who is actually supposed to be managing my estate and my inheritance, my trust, illegally stole my inheritance and trust, everything that was left to me, both the estate of my late husband and my in-laws. I was left everything. The wills had been changed and documented. A judge and at Dave 1979's family, he's on TikTok, and he is related to the people, the family that owns Morgan Stanley Company in Atlanta that I'm speaking of. And that it was one of his relatives who is a judge who first signed off on these orders to begin with and made this happen, this theft. Now, y'all, I also speak out because they, at Dave 1979 and Cryptic Pulpit and whoever else are on their public platforms, on TikTok, on other social media, committing hate crimes. Now, y'all, I did a channel lesson yesterday with Mary Magdalene. It's a long one, and it's about the first 25 minutes is me actually building up into it and where Mary Magdalene was leading me for a lesson for myself as well, because these are lessons and channels I'm given by my guides. And the one yesterday was Mary Magdalene. So if you want to listen to it, go listen. The first 25 minutes is me building up and explaining how I got to that point in that lesson with her. However, y'all, I want people to be aware that this is not just a theft of my inheritance. Y'all, I'm afraid of being whacked in the face with these, and I have in the past. I have knocked off my glasses. You can see I get my thumb there caught all the time. But, I mean, they do swing them both. Anyhow, I only use these now because you can see the physical response to what I'm saying. Is this Mary Magdalene with me right now? I just mentioned her. And that Archangel Michael is here as well. The whirly bird is what I call that. And Jeshua as well. See, people have flat out called me a witch, and yes, I am. But I consider a witch to be a keeper of the old wisdom. I don't know if y'all saw that spirit that just streaked across there. But the activity, was that an angel? That was one of the angels. I work with everything, above, below, in between everything. I have the ability to channel everything. But y'all, when I say that I'm divinely protected, I am divinely protected. Archangel Michael, quite honestly, he's one of my biggest ones. Well, he is the biggest one, but I also have Gabriel. I have them all. But people have flat out done a witch hunt on me. I have been persecuted because of my own spiritual beliefs, because I refuse to believe in a God that was full of vengeance of hate that I was taught by my family. I don't believe that the Creator is a God of hate. And if that's what you believe, I want no part of your belief. I will talk to anybody about their spiritual beliefs or whatever, if you're open to discussion, not if you're trying to persecute me with it. But y'all, these people not only stole my inheritance, they have even stole my identity. There are people who are trying to claim to be me. Bitch, there's so much DNA evidence. I don't know if y'all saw that spirit going by. There's DNA evidence. Y'all, I did Ancestry not long after it first come out. Bitch, why don't you test my DNA? Test my DNA. There are so many people who know me and know my face. Know who I am. How is it these people are allowed to gang stalk, harass, and attempt to unalive me repeatedly? There's proof of it. There's video evidence of them poisoning me, messing with my car, breaking into my home, stealing things out of my home, coming in my home, breaking in my home when I'm in bed asleep, and they're whacking their pud. And these people, the police know it. The police protect them. Why is it that police are protecting them? Because of the corruption. Y'all, and I know it is being investigated, and there are going to be raids. These are hate crimes. These are hate crimes that people are paid to overlook. Like that officer that come when I tried to report my gang stalker next door, him and 4 other men that stood in their driveway next door to me and threatened to SA me. How the fuck is that allowed to happen? How is it that the police in our community openly say, go inside and ignore the neighborhood drama? Is that what you call SAing someone who is not willing? Because they are targeted by your gang stalkers, your greed, your jealousy, and your envy, and you're trying to cover up your corruption. Why is it that men, grown men, 5 of them are allowed to stand in your next door neighbor's driveway and threaten to SA you? And you try to report it to the police, and you're threatened, and they run your license plate, and then you are targeted by the police. Why is that called ignoring the neighborhood drama? Why did you downplay it? Why did you dox me? These are hate crimes against women. Hate crimes against women. Why? Because I'm a rich widow and y'all want me to shut up. Not only do you want me to shut up, you want me to kill over. You're obviously very upset that y'all have not been able to schmurder me. Y'all have even hired a hitman, a corrupt FBI agent out of Louisiana. Louisiana. We have medical professionals that travel. One of them is from Louisiana area herself. Wait, does she have family in Elbatown? She's a cousin to the Bradley Strassner case. She was one of my handlers. She was one of my monitors that was supposed to be monitoring me and trying to keep me under control and inform people of what I was doing online. And that's how I picked up on her cousin, Bradley Strassner. Does she have family in Elbatown? Are they related to my family in Elba? You don't say. Would she also be related to, the local sidekick, not the Hoodoo Queenie Bee, but her little minion, the one that kind of looks like me? Yeah, she has the same name as the sister above me. Bitch, that was the one I allowed to stay in my home for free for months. And y'all put cameras and everything in my home. Wait, so I picked up on her cousin, Bradley Strassner, that was murdered, and I channeled that information out. Wait, actually, Bradley Strassner, this cousin of his that was illegally, well, she thought she was a handler. The old Hannah Montana bitch, that traveling medical professional. You wouldn't be accessing people's medical records, would you, illegally? You wouldn't be changing information, would you, or deleting diagnostic imaging of people's, say, heart? Because I know I had a heart attack and I ended up with a defect in my septal wall in the ventricle area. That could cause a lot of issues, can't it? Did you delete that? You traveling medical professional. Did you take that out of my medical record so I wouldn't receive treatment for my heart condition? Please confirm that. Did this Hannah Montana traveling medical professional take out critical information of a diagnostic heart procedure? of damage to the septal wall in one of my vents, one of the ventricles. Well, that sounds like attempted murder by deleting critical health information. And she's related to me distantly. But she's also related to one of my gang stalkers. Well, quite a few, my family and the mini-me. Actually, should I show the picture? Yeah, I'm older, but she could look like me. I remember when she first stayed in my home, I used to tell her how abusive my mama was, and I bite the inside of my cheeks. I still have the scars there. Y'all, I'm almost 59. I'll be 59 in March. Wait, is this the one that also had spread that deadly STD to everybody? But not me. I don't have it. She was fucking everybody after me. I mean, I only fucked swamp dick. Ew. And I rejected that too when he was lying about, stupid shit. Why is the cover-up allowed to continue? Why is it that I suddenly get a citation served by the, well, bitch, you were a corrupt officer. I'm going to tell you that right now because I channeled some information there out for Homeland or Secret Service or whoever. Well, there were 9 of the honest cops working in this area that are undercover for internal affairs. And bitch, you're under investigation by internal affairs allegedly. Anyhow, you so kindly served this trumped up citation to put a lien against my home about my pool. How am I supposed to maintain my home or my pool if y'all haven't given me 1 penny for my estate? You know, the estate that Morgan Stanley company in Atlanta. Wait, at Dave 1979. Well, he's connected to Nutter Butter and Swamp Dick and fucking Hannah Montana, bitch. Oh, wait. Is he an adult gay film star? But you hate. You told me you don't like men. You'd never touch a man in your life. Not once have you ever. Have I ever met him in physical life myself by my choice? Have I seen him in physical life when he was stalking me? And I told him to quit stalking me. When he was following me. Is that the only time I've ever had physical contact with him? So I've never by choice had intercourse with him that I know of, have I? I'm afraid to ask the question. Have I been roofied and essayed by this individual and not known it? This is one of the things they do, y'all. They will roofie you and essay you. I'm sorry, I felt like throwing up. And this is connected to the Hannah Montana bitch. And is she part of the dumping site in Savannah, Georgia? Is she being investigated herself by a nurse manager for murder of patients, of her special needs uncle? Is that what Bradley Strassner confronted her about? And he was murdered after that. Has she been trying to have me murdered and hired a hitman in Louisiana. She knew just who to talk to. Besides, they can steal my intellectual property where I solved Bradley Strassner, her cousin's murder, and the corruption tied to it. Did the corrupt FBI agent with the podcast that stole my intellectual property, did he take $1.7 million as a payment to schmurder me? He obviously failed. Y'all, I can keep repeatedly saying this, and I will flat out tell you, these are hate crimes that these people are doing against women. They also consider me a minority because of my heritage. I'm not all white. These are racist people. And why is this allowed to continue is what I keep asking. Everybody knows this is an open secret, that they use their religion and that there is a church sex cult coven here in our town that is covering up what they do. It's human trafficking. It's PDFers. Who do you think they're trafficking? The younger, the better. This also includes human ritual, sacrifice, prostitution, everything. Why is it allowed to continue, is what I ask. And I know that the officer that is very gifted of the 9, I know he hears me. And I probably don't even need to publish this. I'm asking him, should I? I heard, keep speaking my truth. I don't think I want to tell you or know everything I know that they have found. That at Dave 1979, he reached out to me not long after the Loco Hoodoo Queenie Bee bitch and her minion, the one mini-me, that has my sister's name, that is related to Hannah Montana bitch and my family in Elbowtown, which there is a dirty cop there. He recently got arrested for stealing from a dead body. Imagine that, stealing from people, a dirty cop, imagine. A family relative too. And his mama, my first cousin, she an MT or a paramedic, and her husband's in that, and firefighters, and shit I've been saying and channeling. And they stole money from me, my inheritance. And even now they're trying to steal my home and say I'm not taking care of my home, and you have not given me 1 penny for my estate. Not one. Nothing. Yet you got someone trying to claim a power of attorney over me, or conservatorship or trusteeship over my estate, and you're openly abusing me and denying me even 1 penny from what is rightfully mine. And as you do this, you have the police serve me a citation about my pool. These are nothing but attempts to threaten, intimidate, and steal my home. The last thing I have. Well, that, my car, my animals, and the few belongings in my home. But even that you think to steal. And you call yourself Christian. Yeshua. Yeshua. Beloved Yeshua, are you here with me? Do I believe in you, Yeshua? He says I have a strong faith. And I do. my faith and my hope and what I believe, not the Christianity you speak of. That's hate. It is a platform of hate. It is full of hate crimes. And you preach it from a pulpit, a Christianity, where you say it's supposed to save people. Bitch, the only thing you're saving is the inheritance and everything that you steal from people. Yeshua. Yeshua. My beloved Yeshua. Is that the Christianity you taught? Is that the truth of what you showed us or wanted to show people then? Is that the Christianity that you wanted them to follow? What they preach about stealing and open corruption is what I mean. I'm hearing the words broken Christianity. Is that what you wanted them to teach and practice? Or is it the way you showed them? It's not a God of hate or vengeance. He can be angry and seek vengeance. But it's justified, I think, then. Yeshua, was it their Christian duty to steal my inheritance? Was it a Judas betrayal? And here we all know it's a one of me. But is this a Judas betrayal of what you taught about Christianity? You were the way shower. You showed us the way, the means to the Christian belief of what you knew to be true of our Creator, a God of love. Yeah, he could get angry and discipline his children like any parent, but he's a God of love. I'm hearing you say, I'm the way, I'm the means. Follow me, follow what I do. I'm the way shower. Was it on a platform of hate and doxing and brutality and theft and greed and Judas betrayals and abuse and open corruption? He said the faith of a mustard seed found inside. You're preaching a gospel of hate. Y'all are teaching a gospel of hate. And I don't. And I'm going to clarify that. Not all Christians teach that. But those who seek to use and manipulate the word of the Creator or Christian beliefs to line your pockets because your envy and your greed and, well, the 7 deadly sins. You are preaching hate. Hate crimes. That is not the Christianity I know from Yeshua. It was Jeshua and so many others that have guided me to what I know now. And I'm grateful to see and know something different. That it isn't supposed to be about hate. And that it's not about a hate platform from a church pulpit preached by the preacher who's supposed to be a representative and a way shower of those beliefs. You're preaching hate, and I want no part of you. I don't think Yeshua wants part of that or what you preach either, because it's not his truth and it's not what he taught. The way shower. I far prefer what Yeshua showed me. That way. The path less traveled. So you're welcome to your greed, your envy, your jealousy, your platform of hate, your hate crimes. And quite honestly, there's going to be quite a few of you that are going to be charged with hate crimes, RICO, abuse and fraud, money laundering, and so much more. Crimes against humanity, slavery, racism, abuse, murder attempts, poisoning. Y'all even tried to run me off the road. My dirty FBI agent from Louisiana with the podcast. Your wife is far worse than you. I keep speaking out and holding these rods so y'all can see with a physical proof with your own physical eyes that this shit is real. And I want y'all to see that this is what they're preaching. You're preaching Christianity as a platform of hate. You're doxing your church members. You are abusing your flock that you're supposed to teach and guide. Bitch, you're taking their children into an ever younger church sex cult coven that is nothing to do with Christianity. It's far worse than Satanism. Y'all are into human sacrifice. Let's go back to those ritual dumping gowns. Dumping gowns. Oh, they had to wear gowns for these rituals, by the way, apparently. That just come through. But this is a dumping site of over 52 bodies that had been ritualistically sacrificed. Human bodies. Those are the 52 human. That's not counting the animals and everything else there as well. This is a huge cult church sex coven operating under the pretext of Christianity. What they call the true Christianity. That's not what I was shown with Yeshua. I'll walk the path less traveled with Yeshua and Mary Magdalene and all my deities and everybody else, because even they work on the side of the true Creator. So you keep up with your hate speech, your lying, cheating, and stealing to make yourself feel Christian, because you're a Christian of hate. And you're on, you preach hate from your platform. You've done nothing but commit hate crimes and worse. I hope you're proud. You're a sad reflection of what was meant to be. You're a perversion of truth. You are a profane parody like Nutter Butter. You are a whore. You are a whore of Babylon. And you love it. But you call it the new Christianity. There is no reflection of the truth in that. None.